I wonder sometimes whether, well, I know a lot of people, the vast majority, don't understand the frustrations of a person like myself and you. Um, I sit here knowing I can run my entire area on free electricity. And I don't mean solar power, I mean cooling towers. I mean wind generated from water pumped by convection and thermodynamics from an aquifer using sunshine during the day and creating a backdraft, driving a turbine, powering a set of supercapacitors and a flywheel which store energy overnight and slow release during the day. Um, and it's free. And once the system is running, i.e., once the tower is placed above 280 feet, once the water is tapped into the aquifer, once the black solar tubing has been connected to the outside of the tower, and once the sun hits that tubing and convection takes place, the pressure from the aquifer underneath and the convection from the sun and the heat on the black tube will draw that water up to the top of the cooling tower and drop that water down. You felt the force of the rain. Well, imagine that 3,000 times more, because it's forced inside a rifled barrel of a tower. If you understand rifling, it really forces something into a straight line. Well, you use a kind of anti-rifling in a cooling tower to force water down via gravity, but you accelerate the gravity of the water falling. So by the time it hits the bottom of the tower, some 280 to 320 feet, it creates a hell of a vortex. By that, it creates a typhoon, a hurricane, wind, a turbine placed at the bottom, connected to, well, think of a wind turbine. It's not rocket science, guys. It's so simple. And I've put this in comments before, since the suiciding of Alfred Diesel for creating basically a energy device that runs off agricultural bio waste. So free, any household could do one, make one, even make one. We all actually have the inherent ability to make our own diesel engine, believe it or not, and run it on biofuel. So this is a big part of this. But to sit here with the frustration knowing that I have a diesel car, and with a few alterations I can make every diesel car run off vegetable oil or rapeseed oil, and it's such a simple process. You filter any used oil, and it has to be used, by the way. You There's many means of filtration systems, right through from human tights, women's tights, to sand, to biofilters, to natural moss filters. But the clue is, or the key is, to filter it down and then mix 1 part of methylated spirits, pure white spirit, with 50 parts of used vegetable oil, and you have a diesel. The reason why people's vegetable oil engines or vegetable oil fuel have failed is they haven't added that extra flammable ignition spark, which is the methylated spirits, and that creates the necessary mix to run your engine. So there's 2 things there. 1, Alfred Diesel suiciding. 2 is cooling towers. Nuclear power. Well, nuclear power is the most inefficient means of generating electricity on Earth. Its efficiency rating is, I believe, below 17%. It's below one of those 10-watt solar panels I showed you the other day. It's a ridiculous fuel. And again, don't think I'm some greeny lefty loony. This is just logic. When it comes to efficiency, using uranium to boil water to drive a turbine to convert to electricity, the efficiency rating comparative to the danger rating and the pseudoscience of a nuclear power station is frankly disturbing when you understand the logistics of generating free electricity. So you can generate a cooling tower in every village. Many towers had them up until the end of the 18th century, and they were destroyed. We've gone through many Renaissance periods of energy where people have literally launched a new device and it's worked. And of course, people in power and control want to seize the device and seize the profits from that device. And as soon as a new, more profitable device comes along, they crush the old one. So, you know, free energy and electricity, ground batteries, earth batteries. You take 100 meters of copper wire, some steel or iron nails, 6-inch steel or iron nails, and a piece of zinc. You can lay a grid on a field of copper wire, nails, and zinc in formation. And this is so simple. Look it up on YouTube. Type into YouTube earth battery. You can make a 12-volt battery from an ice cube tray using dirt, salt, copper, even I can never pronounce this, so excuse me, iridium batteries, with an invisible link, like a wireless chargeable device. You can actually create 12 volts from an ice cube tray filled with earth and vinegar and salt, with the correct chemical elements. And all you have to do is wash them off every couple of weeks, the elements that you put into each ice cube tray, and clean off the debris and the rust, and they'll back to normal again. They'll produce you 12 volts. So you can run a light bulb continuously, forever, always, off some dirt, and the correct chemical elements and metals. So please understand, and I know a lot of you do, the frustration of somebody like me sitting here at the moment watching the world fall in on itself and eat itself unnecessarily, because this is just another scam on top of the scams that we've been exposed to for years. So, my lack of enthusiasm now for this scam, the latest V scam, is obviously apparent. It's just boring. It's a culmination of the things I've just mentioned, where if you were to construct a very, very simple 280-foot brick tower, 280 foot's nothing in 2020. Connect it to a water supply, put a black rubberized or vulcanized tube on the outside facing south to southeast and west. You might need a bit of electricity initially to jumpstart the move of water up through the pipe once the sun has heated the pipe. You'd actually create free electricity, driving a turbine more efficiently than nuclear power. But you try launching a product like this to a local council or electricity company, you get killed. I would be killed. So think about this, please, and think about how frustrating it is to sit here and watch this occur. It's not nice. Cheers.